Hurricane Boat Lifts is a Stewart-based company, Stewart, Florida. We were founded in 1998 by Tracy Radcliffe, original owner, and the importance of it was we were looking to provide a structurally sound and excellent lift that had aesthetics as well, that looked good in the backyard. Not only lift your boat, but it complemented your investment in your property.
So we operate our own machine shop 2 shifts per day, in which we take raw material parts and convert them into other components that we utilize in the lift manufacturing. For instance, we'll take this aluminum rod tube and we'll put it on a lathe and create our own winders, all in-house, so that everything is created here that we utilize in the process. So our welded lifts are put together from various components that we create on site, whether it's through parts from the machine shop or raw materials cut down to size. But it's all fabricated to our prints, and they put it together based on what the design is. So we make on site customized bunks based on what your requirements are for your boat, half wraps, full wraps. We also make custom step bunks for oversized boats, and it's all done in-house. So we bring in all of our raw materials at various lengths and we cut them to custom size based upon what the boat lift requires. We do square all the ends on critical pieces to make sure that the weld components match up properly to it. Right now he's cutting off some ends of the beams to square it up on a bandsaw. We utilize bandsaw and other saw materials to cut our materials to size for further processing. So we maintain our own parts warehouse to provide us with raw materials cut to size, welded parts, or machine parts that we use in the assembly process. The parts department receives a pick ticket for every lift, in which they'll pick the component parts to put together for assembly to be built into a boat lift. Person that puts together power heads for different types of lifts that we do. So what he'll do is he'll create the head, which has the winder and the gears, and that the motor gets attached to for the use in lifting the lifts up and when they're installed. Right now he's putting together some heads for what we call a Category 2, a beamless lift. So as in the other areas that we assemble in the head assembly department, he follows the print, the assembly drawing of this to put the head together, and he lays out the parts first on a cart to make sure that all the parts are there. They have to get put into the head, and then he puts it together based on the drawing. So after we finish completing the lift and assembly, we package them up based on the customer's needs and requirements. Everything goes out as a complete bundle, so when they receive it, they can pop open the bands and begin the installation process.
So, what does all this mean to you, for the customer? Since we're controlling as many of the aspects of the manufacturing process as possible. We're buying the best possible materials to go into our lifts. It means that you're getting unmatched quality and performance in your lift, and that is paired with, and we're able to offer some of the best warranties in the business. You know, up to 15 years of structural warranty on your lift, 5 years on your gears, a couple years on your motors. At the end, you end up with a boat lift from Hurricane that is unparalleled out in the industry. We have designed and set up our production to be flexible and to be able to meet the demands out there. We're able to, in most cases, deliver lifts within anywhere from a couple weeks to maybe 6 weeks maximum.
Hi, my name is Chris Donnell, and I'm the Vice President Sales Director for Hurricane Boat Lifts. And today we'd like to take a few minutes and show you some of our different lifts and our different styles, and try to figure out which might be best for you and your usage in your boat and your location. So behind me and to my side, this is what we call our Category 5 cradle lift. A Category 5 is strictly designed on 4 posts or more, and this would go along the side of your dock. And these upper beams are mounted to pilings. Depending on the size of your lift, you could have just 4 pilings, you could have 6, you could have 8, depending on the size of your boat and your needs. So what this boat is designed to do is you basically just drive right up like you're going into your garage with your car. So this is our control box, and you also will get a handheld remote. And as you want to use your boat, you would just simply use your handheld, or you can manually do it, your boat, until it floats. It just stopped automatically because there is a what's called limit switch is set up in this lift, which will only allow it to travel so far. Your contractor will set that up. But in any event, that's what we use. We do use the GEM remote primarily. One thing about our lift products, everything is built in-house with very few exceptions. So we start with raw aluminum. Everything you see here we have built at this facility in Stuart, Florida. The only exceptions are we do buy gears, motors, and remotes, and cables. Everything else is built in-house. So that being said, you've dropped your boat, it's now floating, and you get on your boat and off you go. And you can use your handheld, and as you leave, you can go ahead and trigger it up, and that will bring your, what we call the lowers, which cradle your boat up out of the water. You turn it off, you keep going, and that'll keep salt water off of them. But this is a very popular design for people, their properties behind their home, and you'll see a lot of them in marinas, and they're probably the most foolproof lift and the easiest lift to install and to use. So we're moving on to the Category 3 elevator lift. The reason you would choose an elevator lift is because of spatial constraints. So you live on a narrow canal or the end of a canal, or you're in an area where they will not let you go out any farther than so many feet, and that will eliminate you from getting a 4-post lift. So the way elevator works is it's a cantilevered system. There's track beams, big I-beams that are driven down into the seabed to hold it, and they mount to your seawall, your dock, or pilings. Once they're mounted, they mount the drive head units, which are the cabling and everything, and these are what they call the cars. This is what moves up and down the track beams, and this is what supports your boat with bunks that are cross-membered on this. So it's a great system. We believe we're the world's largest manufacturers of this type of lift, an elevator lift, and we build a lot of them. And if you ever get down to the Florida Keys or areas with a lot of canals, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, you'll see a lot of these type lifts. And once again, they're designed for areas where you have space constraints, canals, etc.
For more information on Hurricane Boat Lifts, check us out online at www.hurricaneboatlifts.com or give us a call at 888-847-3625.